4 things we can't control and must accept. When you worry or fixate on something, what's the most meaningful thing to you? I guess it's the future and the uncertainty that life brings, things we have no control over. We're used to obsessing with life milestones and other people's perceptions of us. I think about all the what-ifs and worst-case scenarios I could avoid or change. This approach wasn't constructive though, because I'd worry about either A, things I couldn't plan or predict, or B, things I couldn't directly influence. In our fear-based society, we often try to take control. We like to be on top of things and one step ahead, troubleshooting everything. Our goal isn't to feel vulnerable or unprepared. We'll resort to great lengths to avoid stress and hard and uncomfortable things. But tightening our grip on things we can't control and expelling energy on them fuels feelings of helplessness and despair. So, let's make a shift and let go of the need to control those things we can't control. 1. Our future. So many of us struggle with uncertainty about the future. We want to know when, where, and how things will happen. We make plans and want to see them through precisely as we imagined. Despite our best efforts, we cannot always predict when and how things will unfold. Life happens, and external factors make it difficult to predict the future. Sometimes we have to pivot and take things as they come, whether it's a global pandemic, a job loss, or a sick family member. To be more open to life's fluidity and timing, we need to practice cognitive flexibility, a mental shift that encourages us to be more open to our goals and pursuits. While we can't predict the future, we know that at this moment, we are breathing and alive, and that there are things we can do to take care of ourselves. 2. The past. Even though this one may seem obvious, we tend to cling to the past to the point of obsession. Whenever we think about our past, we tend to focus on the things we could have done differently, the could've, should've, would've's, or try to figure out why. Whether we are replaying a conversation in our heads repeatedly, thinking about an important event, or simply thinking about how life used to be, letting go is hard for us. Self-reflection, grieving, and learning from the past are all healthy and normal. However, being nostalgic or reflective does not mean becoming consumed by the past. Whenever you feel stuck in the past, try to ground yourself in the present moment. Be aware of your environment and surroundings, and remember what you are grateful for and the people you have in your life. 3. The thoughts and feelings of others. Our insecurities and need for external validation lead us to focus too much on the internal processes of others, what they're thinking and feeling. We worry about how others perceive us, whether they like us, and what they think about us. We often make assumptions based on minimal information, like a momentary facial expression or our own past experiences, which can be highly distressing. Think about how often you have interpreted an ambiguous text as someone being mad at you or attributing other people's bad moods to something you said or did, without objective evidence. We cannot read minds, and we cannot control other people's perceptions, but we can hold our own. Ask yourself if thoughts about another person consume you. Is it helpful for me to worry about what this person is thinking or feeling? Or how much control do I have over what this person is thinking or feeling? If you obsess over being liked or seen in a favorable light by another person, focus on how you view yourself instead. Do I like myself? Do you think you are a good person? If the answer is no, what can you do to be the best version of yourself? Relationships with ourselves are the longest and most meaningful relationships we will ever have. 4. The actions and choices of others. There are times when we are overly invested in the actions and choices of others, particularly the thoughts and feelings of those we love and care for the most. We worry about their lifestyle, habits, relationship patterns, beliefs, and values. We usually cannot control other people's life choices and preferences, whether they are disliked by a close friend's partner or have difficulty interacting with a parent due to their opposing political stances or beliefs. Even though we can always communicate respectfully and express our concerns, we must remember that we cannot impose our beliefs and expectations on others. Accepting others for who they are is essential to our mental health.